Hello everyone and welcome to your Seated Pilates class with me, April. Every second Monday of the month I'm going to do a 30-minute Pilates workout for you that concentrates on people that sit down a lot. So it doesn't just necessarily mean that if you're sitting down in an office, but if you sat down, maybe you watch a lot of TV, or maybe your mobility isn't as good these days, this will really help. It will be saved to the page so you can come back and enjoy this whenever you wish, and it will be a really good way just to get your body moving. I have got others that are saved to the page, so if you want to be a bit naughty at work you can mute me and then just carry on, but just do some neck stretches as you're typing or on the phone. It will really help, because what happens is over time when we sit down a lot we sometimes feel like we hunched over, our posture isn't that perfect, and we just get lazy. Even I do it. If I have a duvet day, I notice at the end of the day my back feels a bit stiff. It's just normal human behaviour. So what I would suggest is, if you have any pre-existing injuries, please go very carefully with some of these exercises. Don't over push, don't overstretch, don't overstrain yourself. And if you know that you've got any injuries that you need to be wary of, that you are understanding that you need to listen to your body. Okay, so let's start. It doesn't matter what chair you're in, as long as you are in a chair. If you've got a nice big comfy armchair like me, then brilliant. But if you've got like a smaller wooden chair, I would maybe suggest a cushion behind your back, just to create a little bit of comfort and relaxation, but just to relax down as well, because although we're not going to be doing anything too strenuous, we are doing some stretches, and they can sometimes pull on your body. So let's start with the perfect seated posture. Okay, so posture is everything, even when you're laying down, sitting down, standing up. We're going to start with the knees together, the heels go out, and then the toes go forward. Okay, so we want the knees in line with the hips and the knees in line with the ankles. We don't really want too much pressure putting into our toes or our shins, so we don't really want the feet right back here, because what happens when you stand up, you're going to just bring up the body forward. So we want to be sat so your ankles are in line with the shins. With regards to the back of your body, the cushion will help just to protect your spine a little bit and make this whole 30-minute class a lot more comfortable for you. But what you don't want is to start rounding through your back and feeling a little bit uncomfortable and lazy within the spine. So just make sure you're sat up against it. If you've got a nice deep chair, you can go right to the back of your chair, but also if you've got some cushions there, that will help. Now with the shoulders, you always relax your shoulders down. I will say this forever. I think we written on my tombstone that shoulders down, because it's so true. So we're going to concentrate on moving those shoulders down and stretching them out, and the hands can just rest nicely onto the thighs. And we're going to relax the face and the mouth as well. Okay, so take a deep breath in and breathe out. I always like us to ground down before we start. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good, and that's just ground us down. Help us to just calm our nervous system a little bit before we get started. And now we just want to check in with our bodies. So before we do anything else, just give a quick mental body scan from head to toe, just to make sure that you feel comfortable. You might have slept a little bit funny, you might be a little bit tired today. It's raining here, so the clouds are quite low, so you might feel like a little bit dizzy with the sinuses. Just give yourself a second to understand how your body works. I taught a Pilates class this morning, and I told everyone in the group that we push ourselves a lot. We use our bodies every single day to get us from A to B. We sleep, we move around, we eat. So it's really important for every once in a while to just see how we feel, and it's a really good way to incorporate that with your exercises. So take the hands onto the thighs, and you're just going to take the hands forward, drop the shoulders, nod your chin. Now push your belly button in towards your spine, so we're just relaxing through that lower back and the lumbar spine. And restack lift. Inhale and exhale, nod round through. And lift up. Breathe in Breathe out, Lord. And release. Wonderful. Let's start with the ankles. We're just going to lift the ankles up and then lower them down. I know I've just said about the ankles being in line with the knees, but if you wanted to here, you might get a little bit higher with your ankle if you bring your feet a little bit closer towards the chair. Good. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And now just stretch the heels out and let your feet come off the floor if it's comfortable. If not, you can keep the heels down. And just stretch so you feel all behind that spine, all behind your thighs, sorry, nice and stretched out. And then point through the toes and then push through the heels. Just point and push. You might feel a little bit of sort of power in the thighs here, that's normal. Good, and let's do 3 and point, 2, point, and 1, point. Good, come in and then just rock those knees side to side. Wonderful. And now what we're going to do is tuck the pelvis under. So it's not going to look like I'm doing much right now. Hopefully my explanation is good enough for you to also understand. So we're going to tuck the pelvis. So if you think of your spine, this is your spine, this is the pelvis, we're going to do this and then lift up. So I'm going to tuck under, sit with terrible posture, and then lift. And then tuck under and lift. And then tuck under and lift up and tuck under and lift. And let's do 4 and lift, 3 and lift, and 2 and lift. Well done. And now take the hands onto the thighs, nod your chin and roll all the way down. Let your upper body round off. And lift up. Oh, wonderful. Okay. And now what we're going to do is relax from the face all the way to our shoulders. So believe it or not, we hold a lot of tension in the face. You'd be amazed at how this tension rolls from the hands all the way up the arms into the shoulders. So it's really important as well that when you sit down, you might find that, especially if you look at a screen all day, this is massive. Your eyes get really, really tired and a lot of problems can start. So it's really good to just let your face relax. So it sounds really, really silly, but I want you just to open your eyes as sort of like as wide as you can. And then just let them release. And then again, open nice and wide. And release. And again, open. And relax. And then open. And relax. Wonderful. And now we're going to open our mouth as wide as we can. And relax. And open. And release. And again, open. And release. And open. And release. Good. Now this might sound really, really weird, but I've been really learning about face yoga lately and how your ears have lots of pressure points in them. So we're going to just lift the ears, just lift them up slightly, and then relax them down, and again pull, and relax down and pull, and relax and pull out just a little bit. and release. Good. That might sound like it's crazy, but you'll be amazed. Like I say, the face, you might still have muscles in your face. We still have to work them and relax them, because if as well you get stressed and you clench your jaw, that has a lot of effect on your body and your well-being too. So now with the shoulders, what we're going to do is place the hands onto the thighs. I do this all the time, but this is an amazing way if you are at your desk and you can't leave your desk, if you're very busy. This will take 10 to 30 seconds. It's an amazing life hack, if you will. And you can also do it whilst you're driving and whilst you're watching TV. But lift the shoulders up and then push them all the way down. And then up and come down. And lift and come down. And lift and down. Let's just roll those shoulders forward. And then roll them gently the other way. I'm not really a fan of rolling shoulders back. Slightly controversial, but a lot of people push their neck forward. And I like to just have small baby circles. And release. Good. Now let's work into the head of the neck. I always do this in my seated classes because I do believe we forget how to stretch our neck. Honestly, even I, as a Pilates teacher, sometimes I might actually really stretch my neck more, especially after I wake up. My posture's terrible when I sleep. So we're going to go very lightly around this area. Of course, if you have any pre-existing injuries, you need to go really lightly in this for you. So drop your shoulders down, just tilt your ear to one side, and you want your ear parallel to the shoulder so the other side can get a really good deep stretch. And breathe in and out. And then come back in. Let's go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Drop the right shoulder down. It's actually quite relaxing when you calm and stretch. It's lovely. And lift up. Now we're going to go very, very lightly. Your chin should never meet your chest. Yes, you have the flexibility in the upper spine, but it's not really encouraged that you do this. Other medical professionals might do. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just relaying information that I was always taught. You never have your chin flat to your chest, but you can inhale and exhale. Just draw the chin towards the chest and then stretch the back of the neck whilst placing the shoulders down. So remember, hands onto the thighs, pushing down and away. And lift up. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, let's go again. So drop the shoulders, nod the chin. And lift up. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time, nod the chin, drop the shoulders. And release. Good. And I'll just give a little quick shoulder roll forward. Wonderful. Okay. So now hopefully you feel a little bit looser around the neck and the chest area. If you can, and if you have time, I know that when you work at a desk, it's busy, but if you can, every hour on the hour, give yourselves 2 minutes. If you check your phone at work, you have time to stretch your neck. Okay, so drop the shoulders, just a few ear to ear, side to side, nod the chin very gently, and then drop the shoulders down. Even dropping the shoulders down is probably all you need just to stretch off the upper neck. And now just take the hands together, nod your chin, not all the way to the chest, push forward. And then come back in. Inhale. And exhale, nod. Push it forward. And then lift it. Wonderful. Let's just stretch out the arms now. So left arm across, and then place the right elbow over or under the other elbow. You really don't want it to go on the elbow. Above the elbow best. So drop shoulders and pull. Now pull over, and now try and twist your upper body so shoulders and hips are facing forward, and drop your shoulder away from your ears. Feel this part of your body stretch. And release. Breathe in and out. Other arm out and across, arm up and over, drop shoulders. And relax. Wonderful. Be very careful with this neck stretch. If you have any pre-existing neck injuries, be really careful you don't overdo it. But we're going to place the right arm up, bend the elbow, look down towards the legs, hand on top of that elbow, and push down, and eyes looking down. So the hand is just resting in between your shoulder blades. And lift up and relax. Breathe in and out. And then lift the left arm. Bend right hand on the left elbow. Look down towards the thighs. And release. Wonderful. And now we're just going to draw like a circle with our ribs. This is just to make sure that our spine is nice and moving. It's not too stiff and sore. Just move around so we come into the hips and then push around. And then the other way. And release. Good. Now we're going to do a little mini roll down. So you can do this seated, hands on top of the thighs, not the chin. Come all the way down. Just hold it there as best you can. And reset and lift. Wonderful. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, nod. Roll all the way down. and then lift up. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes left to go. Let's work into the hips. So all you're going to do now is come to the end of your chair and you're just going to step and do a small march. So this is really good. If you feel like your back is really hurting you, you can come a little bit further forward and then march. Just march up and down. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. And then come back a little bit more and then just tap your heel out. So this is going to work into your quads. Again, this will depend on what chair you have as to what you find comfortable into the position of where your glutes are on the seat. But this, you feel a little bit in your core as well when you're tapping out. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Good. And now take the feet out as wide as you can, comfortably can, and then place your knees together. Bring your feet right back into the chair, and then you'll feel like hopefully a nice weird stretch. We do this when we lay down, but a nice weird stretch from knee to hip. And relax. And then let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Feet nice and wide, knees together, heels out. And then come back in. Wonderful. Now we're going to come back to the back of the seat a little bit more, just so we've got a bit more stability. Extend the leg up and then just circle, turn around. And then the other way. And then come back in. We would have felt that a little bit in the quad. Let's go to the other side, circle around. Then the other way. And release. Good. And let's go back. Feet nice and wide. Knees together. Stretch out. And then come back in. Okay, let's stretch out the hips and knees now. So we're going to come to the end of our seats and you're going to lift up this right leg. Now, if you can't put it above the knee, you can put it below. That's fine, as long as you're still stretching. With a nice tall spine, we're just going to push down and lift up and then push that right elbow into the knee. Just keep holding. I know it's intense, but it's a really good stretch for your hips, I promise. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just rest in his knees. You're going to be a little bit wobbly with that one because obviously one hip is going higher than the other. So it's natural to feel a bit odd, but it's a very good stretch. If you can try and do that at your desk, I would highly recommend. And then inhale and exhale, push that left knee down. Try and keep that right knee in line with the right ankle. A little bit closer to this side, it's my tighter side. And come up and relax. Wonderful. Hands onto the top of the thighs, drop the shoulders. Let's do another little roll down. Just to rest off and release. And release, come back up. Wonderful. Take the left hand onto the right thigh. Left hand onto left thigh. The right arm's going to reach up and then just reach over. I think the top of my arm might be cut off. Now there it is. But drop the shoulder down and stretch. And we're opening up the side of that body. And then come up, release. Inhale. Exhale, lift up, drop the shoulder, stretch over. Now make sure that the armpit is kind of facing up towards the ceiling and you're not crashing over like this. Reach it up and over. And then relax, come down. And now we're going to just spend the last minute just taking the hands to the thighs. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, lower down. This is a really lovely stretch to do. It helps to ground you down, calm your nervous system down, and stretches out your shoulders. What more could you want? Exhale, come down. So with this one, try not to let the elbows flare out to the side. And come down. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. And then we're just going to finish off looking over side to side. Just resting. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a deep breath in, lift the arms. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And thank you all so much. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. I hope that you enjoyed this. It'll be saved to the page. Come back to it anytime you wish. And I'll see you next Monday for more Pilates. Take care. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.